Welcome to the shop where I just picked up a set of Highlifter's new high clearance A-arms for the Razor 900S. Now, there's a couple reasons for these A-arms. One, you got a high clearance here. Your A-arms are arched instead of straight through. And another reason, the rearward raked, so they give you another 1.5 inches clearance for a bigger tire if you want a larger tire. Now these A-arms come with both sides, the driver and the passenger side. They come with your Alamites and your zip ties and detailed instructions on how to install them. And they come wrapped real good. As you can see here, this is bubble wrap, and I mean this stuff is hard to get off. I went ahead and got 2 of them off. Now I'm using the razor knife, and you can use what you want to get these out, but you want to be careful if you use one of these. These things are wrapped real good. But anyway, with everything unwrapped, everything laid out here, we know what we got. We know we got everything that we need. We can go ahead and jack up the bike. We can put jack stands under the bike. Go ahead and pull the rear wheels and get started. With the wheel removed, we can go ahead and remove the lower shock bolt. And I'm going to take a bungee cord, hold this shock up here out of the way. Next we can go ahead and remove our upper A-arm. Now our upper's out of the way, we can go ahead and remove our lower. Now before I go any further, this strap that holds the brake line on, it's got a pop rivet in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill out the center of that pop rivet. That way I ain't got to cut that clamp. And it's as easy as that. Then this clamp comes right off your brake line. It's up, like it right there. And it ain't a bad idea to tie it in place. That way it can't move around on you. Next, we can go ahead and remove the 2 lower bolts, lower A-arm bolts. That's all there is to it. We've got this side completely disassembled. Next, we're going to go ahead and remove our bushings from our old A-arms. And these are pretty tight, so you might have to take a screwdriver like I just did. Can't really get a grip on it with my hand, but you should be able to take a flat screwdriver. Just slowly work your way around it and don't damage it. Get it out far enough, you can get a rag on it, slide it out by hand. And that's all we need from that upper arm, so I'm just going to lay it off to the side. Next, I want to go ahead with these bushings out. I want to clean them up, wipe all the grease off of them. Then I'm going to go ahead and pop these back into the new upper arm. And you should be able to pop them in like that, just pop them in by hand. And for grease, I like to use Schaefer's 221 Moly. It's real stringy. You can see what it does between your fingers there. It's supposed to hold up real good in the elements and the water, crossing creeks and the mud holes. Then I want to go ahead and take my Alamite that was included with arms. Go ahead and install it in this upper arm. This Alamite takes a 3/8 wrench. Kind of point this Alamite the same general fashion as the factory arm. That way you know you can get to it. Then with the upper arm done, I'm going to go ahead, pull these bushings out of my lower arm. That's all we need out of this arm, so I'm going to go ahead and lay it aside. We can go ahead and install these bushings in the new arm. Take a little more grease, put on these pins. Then we can install these Alamites. And just like the upper arm, just try to point these in the same general fashion as the factory arm. Now we're ready to install our new arms. Next, we can go ahead and slide our axle back into the diff. And before doing that, I like to take a little grease, put it on these splines. This not only lubricates the splines, it keeps them from seizing together. That way the next time if you have to pull the axle, it makes it a lot easier to get it out. With the axle slid in, we can go ahead reinstall our upper and lower outer A-arm bolts. Next, you're going to want to go over all the bolts, make sure everything is tight. Just double check everything that you've already done. Then you're going to want to take a couple of these zip ties that are supplied with arms. and tie this brake line to the arms and out of harm's way. And that's all there is to installing the high lifter rear arched arms for the RZR 900S. All I gotta do now is put the wheel back on, take the jack stands out from under it, take it out and try it out.